NRL Tipping, expert tips for Finals Week 3 games. Welcome to the NRL News channel. Sign up now and stay up to date with the main news. Let's get to the news. Spots in the 2023 Telstra Premiership Grand Final are up for grabs in Finals Week 3, as fans make the most of their last chance to watch multiple NRL games across a round. A group of expert tipsters are here with their thoughts on how things will play out in the preliminary finals. Panthers v Storm. Alicia Newton. Much will depend on the fitness of Jahrome Hughes, but if he's fit and firing, the Storm are more than capable of causing an upset. Their tough run through the finals so far could be a real positive and have them primed for what awaits at Accor Stadium. Storm by 4. Colleen Edwards. I'm going with an underdog theme, which will become apparent later too, and tipping it to be third time lucky for the Storm, who haven't been able to beat the Panthers during the regular season this year. If they can pull off the almighty upset here, they'd feel confident of going all the way and adding to their premiership tally. Storm by 4. Corey Rosser. It's been a while since we've seen the Storm put together a convincing showing, and while there's value in finding a way to win regardless, it's hard to see that being enough against the defending premiers. If the Panthers can make a strong start, which I'm picking they will with all of their big guns back on deck, then Melbourne will struggle to slow their momentum. Panthers by 10. Dan Talentire. It was far from a perfect performance from Melbourne last week, as has been the case at times this year, but they still found a way to get the job done. With Jahrome Hughes back, the Storm absolutely have the talent to spring an upset over the Panthers, who themselves have Jerome Luai and Isaac Tago back after injury layoffs. The Panthers have been the pinnacle of the competition for a while and will head into this game as strong favourites, but if Harry Grant does what he did last week, the Storm can get the job done in a tight one. Storm by 4. Kelsey Hogan. I don't think we've seen enough from Melbourne the last 2 weeks to back them against a well-rested Panthers side. The Storm are battle-hardened and know to get the job done in big games, but I think a Nathan Cleary masterclass could be the difference here and rule out another late comeback from Craig Bellamy's men. Panthers by 14. Martin Linehan. The Premiers are primed and ready to advance to a fourth straight grand final. The Storm came up with a miracle escape at home last week and have proven themselves one of the great finals teams of the modern era, but their dream ends at Accor Stadium at the hands of Nathan Cleary, Isaiah and company. Panthers by 16. Broncos v Warriors. Alicia Newton. If there's one team that should know how to best limit Reece Walsh, it's the side he spent the first year and a half of his NRL career with. If they can do that, then Shaun Johnson and Addin Fonua-Blake are capable of matching Brisbane's other two major weapons, Adam Reynolds and Payne Haas, in front of a crowd which will favour the Broncos but feature plenty of vocal support for the Kiwi side. Warriors by 2. Colleen Edwards. Can the fairytale ride continue for the Warriors? The odds are stacked against them in this game, with most of the public opinion saying Brisbane should win in front of a sellout Suncorp Stadium crowd. However, the Warriors have their mojo back after beating the Knights, and momentum could be on their side and make all the difference in a close one. Warriors by 2. Corey Rosser. The pressure of playing a prelim on home soil will be a new experience for most of the Brisbane squad, and there is a chance the moment becomes too big for them, but only if they allow the Warriors to make a fast start like they did last week against the Knights. There is too much strike in this Broncos side for them not to score plenty of points, with containing Kotoni Staggs and Herbie Farnworth likely to be a particularly big issue for the Warriors, and I'm not sure they'll keep pace for the whole game. Broncos by 8. Dan Talentire. It's tough to see a crack in the Broncos this week, at home, well rested and blessed with a host of explosive attacking options. If Addin Fonua-Blake can match and neutralise what Payne Haas brings in the middle, then Andrew Webster's side will be in the contest, but Brisbane simply have too many threats to contain to be stopped for 80 minutes. Broncos by 12. Kelsey Hogan. I can't go past a side with Pat Carrigan, Tom Flegler and Payne Haas up front and a red-hot Reece Walsh roaming out the back. The Broncos got the job done in New Zealand back in round 13 without their origin stars, and I think Andrew Webster's side faces a whole new beast against their best 17. The Warriors got all their confidence from early opportunities with the ball last week, but I don't think the Broncos will let them into the game enough to silence the Suncorp Stadium crowd. Broncos by 10. Martin Linehan. An absolute classic in prospect with a host of the game's most potent attacking stars on show and two packs of forwards who will leave nothing in the tank. The Broncos' home ground advantage will be nullified somewhat by a raucous contingent of Warriors fans hoping Shaun Johnson can inspire a famous victory. Expect SJO to stand tall, but the Broncos have too many weapons and will move into their first decider since 2015. Broncos by 4. Which teams are you betting on to reach the grand final? Leave your opinion in the comments, don't forget to leave your like.